Well, welcome to our special coverage on the road to 2019. The people of Madhya Pradesh have decided, and of Mizoram as well today, as both states went to vote. It was a one-phase election. We're now left with Telangana and Rajasthan on the 7th of December. Joining us this evening is Jyotiraditya Scindia, senior leader of the Congress, Lok Sabha MP, and someone who could potentially be the next Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh if the Congress wins. We also have Mr. Seshadri Chari, senior leader of the BJP, joining us this evening. Mr. Scindia, how was today? The turnout seems to have been pretty high.
Yes, the turnout has been pretty good, Nidhi, and this is very much on the pattern that we expected, that the people of Madhya Pradesh have turned out in large numbers, sending a very strong signal to Shivraj Singh Chouhan and the BJP that they are on the way out and the Congress is on the way in.
You also had expressed concerns to the Election Commission earlier today about the malfunctioning EVMs. Now, we do know that EVMs don't always work, 100% well in every election. There are malfunctions that happen from time to time. What prompted you to write this letter, though? Was it something that was on a bigger scale? Because the EC doesn't seem to think so.
Well, I was getting reports from constituencies across the state, along with machine numbers in which in polling stations where the machines were not working, and it was rather widespread, and therefore I thought that it must be taken up at the highest level, which is why I wrote to the EC and to the CEC mainly on two counts. One, that the machine should be replaced ASAP, and secondly, the time that has been wasted due to the machines malfunctioning, the timings on those polling booths should be extended for voting.
Okay, Mr. Chari, Mr. Scindia is looking at this high turnout in Madhya Pradesh as a vote for change. I don't like to predict what high turnouts mean, but if you had to venture a prediction, do you think it shows a possible anti-incumbency? What do you think it means?
No, if you go by the last election voting pattern, last time it was 71% and this time it is touching almost 70%. So till 4 o'clock it has been 63%. So I don't know, every political leader is expected to be very positive about the outcome of the election for himself. So it's okay if Mr. Scindia feels that this turnover is in his favor, but if you juxtapose this election voting pattern to the last election voting pattern, I don't see any difference. A. B. If you look at the issues also, there is no new issue that the Congress has brought forward. So all the issues that were there in the earlier election, plus whatever good work Shivraj Singh Chouhan has done. So it is going to be a repeat of last election, and I am sure Shivraj Singh Chouhan will get the 4th term.
Okay, well, you're saying that, but Mr. Scindia, do you believe from the campaign trail that, and this is what independent reporters have seen on the ground as well, that there is a serious challenge at least being mounted to Shivraj Chouhan, that, those who have been on the ground in Madhya Pradesh also say that the Congress has also seemed to have made a better effort at presenting a more united front as well. But a lot of people have come back with this feedback that Shivraj Chouhan personally continues to remain quite a popular political figure in the state. Is that what you picked up as well? Is that what makes this election actually too close to call, as many would say?
Well, Nidhi, I don't believe in the rationale of an election being close. Elections are never close in India. People of every state inevitably give a very, very clear verdict to a single party. Number one. Number two, I do believe what Acharya said just now. I do believe that the issues are different this time around. The government, the BJP government has failed across every single front, whether it be farmers, whether it be security of women, whether it be employment, whether it be the state of healthcare, the state of education, and on the other hand, what we have promised in our Vachan Patra and our Sankalp Patra is very clear articulation across all of these 5 or 6 sectors. And therefore, what we have gone out to the people with this time is for a positive mandate for the Congress party, to which we will deliver from our Sankalp Patra.
Mr. Chari, would you at least
As
admit
far as
though that...
Shivraj Singh is concerned,
Yeah, okay.
I think the outpouring of the people themselves have made it very clear that the oft-repeated English adage that you can fool some of the people some of the time, but not all of the people all the time.
But
And
Mr.
the
Chari,
people of Madhya
would you be,
Pradesh have
would
now
you,
become
okay,
wiser to the
would you
antics of
concede though,
Shivraj
Mr.
Singh.
Chari, that there is at least a perceptible challenge to Shivraj Chouhan this time, and that, for instance, issues like farmer distress, the impact of demonetization, that these are very real issues. Now, he may still end up coming back for a 4th term, but that these issues have made it much more challenging for him to do so.
See, now that the elections are over, the campaigning is over, everything is over, we are only waiting for the results. I can tell you, initially when the campaigning started, even we felt, a lot of us who were planning the election strategy were worried. And we were trying to list the issues that the Congress would probably raise. The Congress could not raise any issue of corruption because there was no charge of corruption against Shivraj Singh Chouhan. The Congress could not raise the issue of price rise because I don't know why they did not do that. Although there was a general price rise as far as the overall national figures are concerned, but in particular in Madhya Pradesh this was not an issue. The only issue that could have probably hurt the BJP was the unemployment situation, but that was not as alarming as it is in comparison to the all India figure. So I do not know. Actually, the Congress could have easily raised some of these issues and fought a better election. Winning or not winning is of course left to the people's choice, but it's very unfortunate that probably because of the internal dissensions and divisions within the party, the Congress actually did not fight this election as they should have fought and given a very befitting reply to the BJP.
Interesting advice from Mr. Chari.
And in the middle of the campaign, suddenly they went off tangent and then went on so many other issues which were very irrelevant as far as Madhya Pradesh is concerned.
Okay,
So I don't know.
Mr. Scindia, what do you feel about Mr. Chari's advice there?
Giving an alternative to Shivraj
Post-campaign
Singh
advice.
Chouhan, which they could have easily done.
Okay, let me ask Mr. Scindia what he thinks of your advice there.
Well, I'm very glad to hear that we have a well-wisher in the form of Chari Saab, and we would take all his constructive criticism in the right spirit. But I wish he had spent some more time on the ground to really see the level of anger in the people with regard to the state of the farmers. Farmers getting shot in the chest when going to their government asking for the right prices, not getting the right prices in the mandis, no electricity, myriad issues of security of women, unemployment, and our issues are very, very focused, Nidhi, with regard to Madhya Pradesh. And I'm surprised to hear the whole issue of price rise. Price rise is a big issue in Madhya Pradesh, whether it be the issue of petrol, diesel, cooking gas, urea, all of which have gone up almost 2.5x or 3 times in the last 5 to 6 years. And as far as internal dissension, which was the last point that Chari Saab raised, I think he should look at his party in the mirror, where for once there were no rebels across the state as far as the Congress were concerned, apart from 3 or 4 probably, and the BJP was cracking away at the seams. Senior ministers, 8-time legislators, openly going against the party, Not that that should bring us any cheer, because I firmly believe in life that you must always build your own house rather than look at your neighbor's house which is in disrepair and get delight from that. And that's what we've done this time around. We've built our own house and there has been no dissension, no disunity. We've all spoken in one voice. Every person was given a specific responsibility. We've gone and done that to the best of our ability, and we will see the results on the 11th of December. And as they say in Hindi, दूध का दूध और पानी का पानी 11 तारीख को होगा, and Chari Saab and I will be sitting here in the studio with you.
All right, thank you to you both for joining us for a quick wrap, looking at the way the Madhya Pradesh campaign went. One last question to you, Mr. Scindia. You worked very hard in this campaign. Would you be a little disappointed if the Congress won and you were not Chief Minister? I know you'll give a diplomatic answer.
No, Nidhi, I think you've known my father and now you've known me for the last 15, 16 years. We are driven by our commitment to the people of Madhya Pradesh, driven by progress, by development. Those are our ideals. My only sense of purpose was to ensure that we get a Congress government in Madhya Pradesh. Which way the dice falls post the party forming government, that Mr. Rahul Gandhi will decide. And whatever Mr. Rahul Gandhi decides is completely acceptable to me. I am a loyal party worker and I have never hankered after any position. Whatever position I have been fortunate to have gotten from the Congress party, I have used to be able to further the ideals of development and progress, either in my state or at a national level in the country.
All right, like I said, diplomatic answer there. Let's see what happens on the 11th. Thank you very much to you both for joining us. Thank you.